My name is Abubakar Abdullahi, and I'm a struggling entrepreneur. Born in Kaduna, a father from Nasarawa and a mother from Zamfara. I grew up in Kaduna, I went to school there, and then I went to ABU Zaria and studied civil engineering. But within a couple of years of leaving school, I realized I couldn't do construction the way it was done here in Nigeria, especially with the limitations, the routine, and just being boxes and call them architectural designs and civil engineering works. And so I just lost the interest. So after a few months in the real estate industry, I went to work at a bank, and that started my issues with family who couldn't understand why a civil engineer would be working at a bank. But I had a strategic plan, 5-year strategic plan to go work in a bank, acquire some skills, and then leave. That unfortunately didn't happen the way I planned it in my mind. And so in the fourth year, realizing I couldn't achieve my 5-year plan, I left the bank and I started my entrepreneurial journey. It was a bit of a difficult time for me when I started because my dad was sick. He had just returned from hospital. Of course, the health system in Nigeria has its issues, so I had returned, I was broke, and I was starting a company. And so I started a company called the Front Office NG, solutions providers for businesses, individuals, and non-profits. We provide solutions in strategy, project management, and marketing. We also do some outsourced work for businesses whose core competencies are in different areas. So we allow them to just focus on their core strengths and we do everything else. During that period, I also learned from looking for people to work with me, looking for people to work for me. I realized that skills were lacking, and so we started an employability bootcamp that targeted youth in northern Nigeria with specific areas of employability, interpersonal skills, communication skills, assertiveness, writing, presentation, and things like that. We had designed it as a tour of the 19 northern states, but we had found people to give us locations to host these things. We were willing to give our time for free. We had designed the manuals for free. We just wanted them to pay for their resources that they were going to take away with them, but they still couldn't do that. And so we offered it free for a few months and then we suspended it altogether. And so out of that realization, I moved on, started another business, which is what I'm wearing right now. It's called Abubakar Tailored. Abubakar Inc. is the business name, but the line is called Abubakar Tailored. So we make menswear, tailored menswear, suits and shirts. I'm wearing our brand items right now. And that taught me also a lesson about Nigeria and the difficulty of doing business. We had an exceptional model, but with the politics of the country and the crash of oil and foreign exchange, it basically wiped off our entire earnings and put us in debt as well. And so again, we moved on. The business still runs skeletal, but now we do basically Nigerian attire. So we do kaftans, again, only menswear, only formal. So that was my second business. So I was now running two businesses. But with everything, trying to find skills, trying to find staff to work for you, trying to run your businesses, I learned a great deal. I had to find my own resources, find my own knowledge in areas. You had to be your own accountant, your own finance person, sometimes your own driver, your own printer. And so in all that, I realized that there were things that I was learning that other young entrepreneurs could gain from. Especially because I had been through the university system and seen that most of these things were not there to be taught. So I volunteered at my local university, Nasarawa State University, and working with them, I started consulting for the Entrepreneurship Development Center. I was mentoring some students, and then I started, and that led to a non-profit that we started later called the Emerging Young Entrepreneur Initiative. We call it Africa for short. And our aim is to inspire generational shift in African agribusiness. We believe that Africa holds the key to its own solutions. Yes, aid helps, but we believe that the youth of Africa can solve the problems of Africa if they have the right tools. And so we're working on giving them the tools to start, grow, and run successful businesses in the agri space. We chose the agri space because we believe it has the biggest potential for pulling people out of poverty in Africa. So we work with tertiary institutions. Right now in Nigeria, we're working with 12 universities. We designed a business plan competition, which is already running in National State. But from this month, we'll go to 11 more universities across the country, so 2 in each geopolitical zone. We're going to Adamawa and Borno, we're going to Cross Rivers, we're going to Jigawa and Kaduna, we're going to Ekiti and Oyo. So it's all over the country, working with university students on a business plan competition. It's difficult. If you're thinking of being an entrepreneur, just to put out the tag and say I'm an entrepreneur, then you're in for a huge surprise. Policies, especially the way they fluctuate in Nigeria, will just kill you. You would wake up one day having slept with a positive account balance and have everything wiped off by a single government policy. And we do that all the time. Flip-flops don't stop regardless of which government is in place. And the environment is also very volatile. Lots of competitors. Protections are very scarce, if I may use that word, if I don't use non-existent. So protections from IP, intellectual property to knowledge protections. People can work for you this minute and then be working for a competitor the next minute. You can draft non-competes, you can do non-disclosure agreements, but they can't be enforced most times, and enforceability is difficult. So it's a very, very difficult environment to be an entrepreneur. For me, so it's a mixed feeling when I see the outpouring of conversations about entrepreneurship. Also because most of the people who are talking about entrepreneurship from the public policy side of it have not been entrepreneurs themselves. So every time I talk about the North, I talk about a policy that annoys me in the North, and it's one of the reasons why we remain where we are. I cannot for my life understand why, and I may get in trouble for this with some of the Northern elite, some of the Northern people who have ascribed leadership of the North to themselves. Is this quota system of education that says that someone from the North it's okay to say that he scores a lower grade and is allowed to get into university while someone from somewhere else scores a higher grade, but just because of that quota system he's not able to get in. I think the fact that we've accepted that for so long it does more damage to us as a people than it does good. Maybe initially it was a good plan to say that, okay, well, at the beginning, a certain region had more qualified people for jobs, had more qualified people for access to tertiary institutions, for access to jobs. But personally, it should have been tailored. If we were started at that premise, then certainly the aim would have been to say, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a 10 to 15, 12-year period and say that for people who are already in so and so institutions, who we know haven't had the right background of education, that we're going to allow them to score lower and then get in with their peers from the other side so that there's some balance. But for people who are getting in from scratch, from being born, so for example, this year, you're born in the north and someone else is born in another part of the country. And from the birth, you're saying that they can't compete. I don't accept that. I'm saying that we can start this year and say that for everybody born in 2017 is going to compete on the same level with his peers, not only from other parts of Nigeria, but around the world. And we're going to spend money in giving him that kind of education, the kind of environment to ensure that he competes. Because until we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to continue producing people who are below grade, but who also believe that it is okay to be below grade. I'm just not comfortable. Wow, that is a big one. Well, right now, as an entrepreneur and as a human being, I'm trying to help as many people as I can. That's why I started the Employability Bootcamp. In the past, that's why we run the Emerging Young Entrepreneur Initiative now. I like to know that I helped someone be better. If it's one person, if it's two, as long as at the end of my life I can say that someone got better because I lived, then that's fine. I think that's all I need to do, and that's why I'm here. If I'm able to also do what my religion says I should do, which is to entrench justice. I'm a Muslim, and contrary to what most people believe or whatever you may hear about Islam and things like that, Islam is here to entrench justice. And as long as I'm able to play my part in ensuring that justice is entrenched, social justice, legal justice, justice for families, justice for people who have expectations of their politicians but don't get access to those basic necessities, justice in every sphere. As long as I am able to contribute to the entrenchment of justice, then I would have not to do this. Mentoring is key. I wouldn't be where I am without mentors along the way, especially those mentors who have dedicated time completely to the mentorship project. So for example, I joined the Mara mentor program when they came to Nigeria in 2014. And I secured two quality mentors who have shaped my life in the past 3 years. They've told me tough stuff that I've not wanted to hear about myself, about how, especially the things that can make you become better. So it's very, very key. It's part of the reason why the North, I believe, is where it is. Not enough opportunities for mentorship, not enough people aspiring to be mentored, regardless. If you're in secondary school, mentor someone who's a junior in secondary school, mentor someone who's in the same class. If you're very, very good in a skill, mentor someone who's even above you, who's willing to take your mentorship forward. And I think we'll all be better for it.